Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Thursday, July 15th. Wow, it's already the middle of the month. Holy cow. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live. Hey, we are actually live this time on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Hey, if you want to, you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Truth Social, TikTok, and any other social media by searching Larry Steinhouse. Make sure you connect. I'd love to find out what you have to say on those sites. Hey, just a reminder, of course, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can also comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and please say hi so I know you're watching. Somebody say hi. By the way, if you're commenting from a group and it's not the Money Chat Now fan page, your name may not show up on my dashboard, so please go to the Money Chat Now page and comment there so I can recognize you. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. Actually, that's today. And of course, there you will learn about real estate investing, stock options trading, you'll learn about tax savings, you'll learn about making money, and you'll learn how to survive this Biden economy. Ugh. All right, today's show, of course, we're going to be discussing the recap and the update. We're going to be talking about crypto winter. We're going to be talking about some really dumb gun laws. And, of course, we're going to be talking about today's picks and plays. All right, real quick, I want to say hello to a couple of people who joined us online. We got James and Glenn and Ken. Thanks so much, everybody. And if anybody else is watching, say hi. All right, yesterday, it was exactly 8:30 yesterday, just as I predicted it. When, I mean, if you remember to the show, I said at 8:30, the market's going to change drastically. I looked up, I just happened to look up my stock screens, and in a split second, they all turned negative from being positive, and they were basically positive a minute ago, or what looked like a minute ago, and the next thing I know, everything was red. And I realized I knew exactly what time it was. It had to be 8:30, and the Consumer Price Index report had just been announced. Well, our Democrat friends and our idiot president are on a roll for setting records. Records, you know, like highest gas prices in history, and records, you know, like highest inflation over 50 years. Honestly, they should go out for breakfast tacos or ice cream to celebrate their success. And then maybe even a bike ride to burn the calories and, you know, some skin off the knee. Well, the data, of course, was bad. The Consumer Price Index soared 9.1% from a year ago, above the 8.8% the Dow Jones estimated. That marked the fastest pace for inflation going back to November 1981. Does anybody remember 1981? I had just graduated high school, and even then I could feel the somberness in the economy. That feeling is, frankly, is coming back, and so is the bad economy. All right, excluding volatile food and energy prices, so-called core CPI, which is the measurement without food and without fuel prices, increased 5.9%. And that was supposed to be a 5.7% estimate. Core inflation peaked at 6.5% in March and has been nudging down since. Oh, so lucky us, it's going down. Yeah, okay. On a monthly basis, headline CPI rose 1.3%, and core CPI was up 0.07% compared to what they thought was going to be 1.1 and 0.5. So that was also up too high as well. So taken together, these numbers seem to counter the narrative that inflation might be peaking, as the gains were based across a variety of categories. So basically it means that inflation is not slowing down. I don't know, I might be very disconnected, but somehow it feels like it is. But clearly, this clearly shows that inflation is crazy right now. I keep getting shocked at the cost of some of the things I'm buying, and I can't believe they could go up any higher. But I guess they are. So what does it all mean? Well, it could mean that the Fed will increase interest rates 75 basis points minimum, and the high might even be as high as 125 basis points. It will be huge. So there's no doubt that a recession is looming, and now a report on wages is showing that wages are actually decreasing. And I'm going to tell you right now, soon unemployment will move higher, and then all those people who think their job was safe might actually start coming to work on time again. You know, like the guy on WWDB who does our show on Wednesday and always comes in late, and we can't do the show because he doesn't show up. Soon people like him will be fired, and people will respect their jobs and their employers. We might even see restaurant servers bringing napkins and condiments before we start eating and not after we start eating. Customer service might actually be a thing again. On another note, Delta Airlines released their earnings report and reported a quarterly profit thanks to travelers willing to pay up to fly. The travelers are paying more, and so far they're okay with it. In fact, they're paying more than the difference in the higher cost, so they're actually paying more, and companies are making more in profit even. However, Delta did miss the estimated earnings per share, and it was estimated that they would be at 1.73% earnings per share, but it came in light at 1.44 earnings per share. This drove the stock down, and some of the other airlines with it. The Dow ended up closing down about 208 points, and the S&P was down about 17 points, and the Nasdaq was about the same. All right, let's take a look at the futures and see how bad it really is. It's pretty bad. Right now, of course, we have the Dow down 437 points. We have the S&P down 50 and the Nasdaq down 94. So there's some key earnings today. First of all, we'll talk about a couple of those in a little while, but that's what's going to keep the market going down because it's going to be bad. All right, let's get into something called crypto winter. So clearly, there isn't too many safe places for money this year. Most investors are down for the year, including myself. I'm down a lot. It has been a rough year with inflation, poor politics, and of course, it's time for a change in the cycle. Look, we've had 11 incredible years of growth, so maybe it's just time for a change. The worst place, however, has definitely been cryptocurrencies. The crypto maniacs have deemed this year the crypto winter. Cryptocurrencies have suffered a brutal come down this year, losing $2 trillion in value since the height of the massive rally in 2021. Even Bitcoin, which is notably the world's biggest digital coin, is off 70% from a November all-time high of nearly 69,000. Now it's trading below 20,000, and it'll soon fall from there. The last time cryptocurrencies fell this bad was in the period of 2017 to 2018, but now there's a really big difference this time. So last time was sort of like a hype bubble that kind of burst, but it still stayed alive. The concept was growing, and even some of the major financial websites like CNBC started to list cryptocurrency prices on their website tickets. That period of time was still quiet compared to what's happening now. The current crash is very different. This time we have factors like macroeconomic factors, including rampant inflation. Of course, we also have a renewed hype at the end of the last year, which was mostly about the fear of missing out. This was the point where many people succumbed to the promise that they would be rich from an investment in cryptocurrency because they heard a story of someone who got lucky. I don't know, all these people put their $100 down in a Lamborghini because they thought they were going to buy $50 worth of Bitcoin and become multimillionaires. In fact, many people had believed their friends had invested in crypto were actually millionaires, and in fact, none of them made any money in reality. I happened to also ask some friends if they actually made any money, and they all said they were about even right now. They also said that with a bit of embarrassment, so I kind of think it really didn't work out too well for them. Like I've said before, I dabbled. However, the money I made is stuck in a Coinbase wallet. As I continue to watch the value decrease each day, I can't even figure out how to get it out. I'm pretty sure that one day it'll be worth zero. So the biggest things that affected the crypto market, besides just the hype and fear of missing out, were also so-called stable coins crashing. Stable coins are the coins that are supposed to be traded at a 1-to-1 ratio with the US dollar. By some computer program means these coins are supposed to self-adjust to be equal to the dollar. In theory, they can move a penny here and there, but then they would just adjust automatically back. Well, the stable coins had many flaws and quickly crashed to some being worth nothing. The other issue, of course, was leverage. Crypto investors built up a huge amount of leverage thanks to the emergence of centralized lending schemes and so-called decentralized finance. These were basically lending funds that investors piled money into to lend money uncollateralized to funds and so-called whale investors who expected huge returns on their money. Of course, as crypto crashed, these funds wanted their money back. The problem was the money wasn't there any longer, and the only collateral was the cryptocurrency itself, and the lending funds went broke as fast or even faster than the people who invested in the funds. Even in 2018, the last time crypto fell, the lenders were a lot smarter with either other collateral or simply made sure the investors had some skin in the game. I had been reporting on some funds this week, like 3 Arrows and Voyager, and they were all going bankrupt and the fund managers disappeared. There are more reasons for the failure. However, I continuously state the reason for the failure of cryptocurrency is the greed by the programmers who tried to build a better wheel. When Bitcoin first came out as an experiment, it was a success and it worked as planned. You could convert your dollars into Bitcoin, send that Bitcoin anywhere in the world anonymously, and be certain the transaction took place over the private nodes of the blockchain. Honestly, it's a brilliant system. The idea was to replace the currencies of the world and bring us together under one currency. It's kind of like the concept of the euro. The euro was used in several countries, and it makes it easier for people to use the currency when traveling from country to country. It's the official currency of 19 out of 27 EU member countries, which together constitute the Eurozone. It happens to be the second largest currency next to the US dollar. The euro is still a currency that would go through the banking system as we know the dollar does. So the difference between the euro and Bitcoin is simply the system in which the money transfers. Bitcoin, of course, is all electronic, and the euro still has physical paper. Now, if Bitcoin and maybe a dozen cryptocurrencies would have been all that were developed, this concept of eventually replacing the 180 fiat currencies, which included the euro and the dollar, may have actually worked. In a sense, it could have made the world a smaller place. However, as I said before, the greed of programmers created over 19,000 cryptocurrencies. So this ridiculousness ensued. Here's my prediction for Bitcoin and crypto. If all the cryptocurrencies fail, if they fail, and they are failing by the way, we may go back to the beginning and have a new currency that may be Bitcoin or it may be something else that does what Bitcoin was invented to do in the beginning. This current crypto winter, or better known as crypto mess, will need to pass us before this happens. By the way, after writing this article, I think it actually might be time to invest in the euro. By the way, I'll let you know how that looks after I examine it, but take a look at it. I think it might be a good play. Anyway, before I take a break, I just want to say hello to a couple of people who joined us online. I didn't say hello. I just really quickly, I've got Art, hey Art, and Michael, and John, and James, and Tom, and Tommy, and Charles, and Lewis, and Dave. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you guys in about a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock option sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to thank you all for listening on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. And if you're watching online, please hit that share button so you can help your friends learn about how to make more money. Also, hit the like button. Hey, everybody watching right now, hit the like button so I know you're enjoying the show. It makes me feel good. I look at all the likes. I'm like, all right, good. I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing this just for my own sake. I'm doing it so you guys are enjoying it, and if you like it, it's like applause to me. So if you like it, hit the like button. You can also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them live. All right, so far, of course, we'll be discussing the recap, and let's take a quick look at what the futures are right now. They're not getting any better. They're down 445 for the Dow. S&P is down 50, and the NASDAQ is down 88. We talked about crypto winter, and coming up, we have dumb gun laws. All right, we also have, of course, today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button? Come on, give me that applause. Hit that like button. And hit the share button. Don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure and set a preset to this station every day and listen at 7:30. Also, when you get home, look up Money Chat Now on Facebook and let me know what you think of the show. All right, before we start, by the way, have you ordered my new book yet? Go to wherever fine books are sold and look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. You can get it on Kindle or Nook right now, and the physical book can be pre-ordered right now, and it'll be here in about a week. All right, let's get into the second half. I want to talk about some gun laws, some really dumb gun laws. All right, so, well, as you know, there have been an unprecedented amount of public shootings leading to the deaths of many people who were just going about their business not expecting to die that day. You know, it really is a horrible thing for the country and, of course, of the surviving family members. I honestly can't imagine how it could possibly feel. I do have a friend who lost a brother that was killed in a horrific way, and it was just terrible. Well, we all know that the populace of this country wants to do anything they can to stop this from happening again. What is unbelievable is the ways of some of the states and the country have been reacting to this problem and the laws they've been passing, which are just virtue signaling laws in order to push their agenda or get sympathy from their party. Look, the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States is clear when the words, "the right to bear arms cannot be infringed." We do, of course, have states that are trying to circumvent this constitutional amendment by making it so difficult to buy or keep weapons that they keep passing laws that are either unconstitutional or simply useless and unenforceable in nature. Here's some of the ways the states are screwing with people. The latest is Governor Useless in California. His state just passed a law that is so ambiguous that it puts every gun shop in danger of being sued. The law in a nutshell says the following: gun makers and dealers in California will be required to block firearm sales to anyone they have a reasonable cause to believe is a substantial risk of using a gun. It could even be illegally or harming themselves or others. This could be the substantial risk, right? This law won't actually stop crazy people from killing others. In fact, it will actually cause gun shops to be sued for things like discrimination more than they've ever been sued for violating this law. I mean, look, and can you imagine like a small gun shop who's afraid to sell a gun to someone because that person looks like a stereotypical killer or a nutcase? What if that person is black and the gun owner and the gun shop owner feels that they're a threat because they're a rough and tough looking? I mean, imagine Mr. T in his prime walks into a gun shop with all his gold and goes, "Give me a gun." I mean, really? Would you sell that guy a gun knowing that you could be sued because you sold him a gun? And if the gun owner refuses to sell him a gun, the shop will be sued for discrimination. On the other hand, if a pleasant person walks into the gun shop, "Hi, I'd like to buy a gun," and a few days later has a meltdown, how could the gun shop owner, who will now be sued, know not to sell this person a gun? Do we need the gun shop owner workers to be psychologists to be qualified to sell guns? So this new gun law, which is nothing but virtue signaling mess, gets added to the list of dumb laws that either do nothing or restrict people so much that they can't enjoy their Second Amendment rights. Even the latest bipartisan bill signed into law, the country only had one real piece of meat in it. And I happen to agree with this piece of meat. I'll tell you about it in a minute. This bill allows people who are applying for a gun license to have their records unsealed for a gun application. Records that are normally sealed when a person turns 18 will now be open for review to issue a gun license. Well, very few Republicans voted for this, but I actually think it's a good idea. In fact, I don't even understand why we seal those records anyway. Bad seeds always lead to bad fruit. We should know a bad seed before the fruit rots society. Another dumb gun law, like in New York City, says that to bring a gun, in other words, if you want to bring a gun into a store, the store must have a sign posted that says, "Guns welcome." Do you believe that? What kind of idiot would put that sign on their door? Not because they want or don't want guns in their shop, but because it's an idiotic sign. Imagine a store being robbed at gunpoint. The store employees are on the ground with the guns at their back by the criminals, right? Now a good Samaritan who happens to be carrying for protection happens to walk by. He looks up at the door, he looks in the window, and he does not see a sign that says "Guns are welcome," so I guess he needs to go about his business and not try to help. Yeah, I know the irony of the example. The criminal who was robbing the store didn't see a sign that said "Guns are welcome" either. He really needs to leave. Doesn't he know the law? Well, as more and more amendments are being upheld by the great right-leaning justices, we may see more and more dumb gun laws that will hurt the good people and make the bad people stronger. Look, honestly, if you haven't already applied for your gun permit, go get it before it's too late. Even if you never intend to get a gun, you should still have the permit in case you can't get one in the future. Because believe me, they're going to make it tougher and tougher to get one. I mean, it's ridiculous what's going on. Let's take guns away from the people who are responsible and make sure that the people who are irresponsible can still get them. What's happening to this country? It's unbelievable. All right, let's take a break here, and so I can go upstairs and put a sign on the door that says "Guns are welcome." I'll see you guys in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and I've written a book called Money Hacks. The subtitle to this book is because everything you think you know about money is wrong, and I promise you there are things you think about money that are wrong. There are chapters in this book that I think you will find absolutely fascinating, and some of them are, what is money anyway? Can money buy happiness? I'll bet you don't know the answer to that question. The truth about credit scores, how you can actually use credit cards to rebuild your credit. I also have chapters on being your own bank, how to buy houses with an IRA, and how to invest with other people's money. There are so many other chapters. There are 22 total chapters in this book, and I promise you're going to learn how to make more money and pay less taxes when you buy this book. My name is Larry Steinhouse. The name of the book is Money Hacks. You can get this book wherever fine books are sold, and you can go to barnesandnoble.com right now and pre-order it. I hope that you will enjoy it. Back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and of course, if you'd like to replace that last commercial with one for your company, please let us know, because what we'll do is we'll actually help you advertise in this show. We're out on several stations right now, and we have a lot of audience, so if you want to advertise on our show, please reach out and let me know, and you can advertise it. But hey, don't forget to order the book and leave a review. So go to Money Hacks, go look up Money Hacks on whatever, on Amazon and some wherever fine books are sold. Order the book and also leave a review. Hey, I want to say hello to a couple people who've joined us. We got Michael and Moshe and John and Rob and Art. I think I already said hi to, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So hey, thanks guys. I always appreciate you guys watching. Please let me know what you think of the show. All right, let's go. So far we've been discussing, of course, the recap. Let's take a quick look at the futures. Right now, the Dow is down 441, the S&P is down 50, and the NASDAQ is down 87. It's going to get ugly. We talked about crypto winter, and we talked about the fact that cryptocurrency is just tanking, and it's really not going to become what it was supposed to become, and that's really sad. I actually had some high hopes for it in the beginning when I saw what it could do, and we'll see what happens. Maybe blockchain will still do something cool. All right, we talked about the new gun laws, and what a waste, absolute waste. Michael Online says, don't forget that gun manufacturers can now be sued. That's actually part of the same law. So if the gun shop sells the gun to somebody who was a nutcase and goes out and kills somebody, the people who suffered can sue the gun shop and the gun manufacturer because they didn't properly train the gun shop to sell the gun. Really? All right, we also have coming up, we have today's picks and plays, but did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button yet? Come on, do me a favor, everybody. Hit that share button. Tell your friends about this show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or on groups that you feel may also enjoy the show. So when you share it, click a share, and also at the top say, hey, this is a great show. You should really watch it. You'll enjoy it. And if you have some gun friends, some NRA friends, have them watch the last segment. You'll enjoy that too. Of course, we'll have that breakout session later on today. And have them like the Money Chat Now fan page so they get notified of the show every morning. And of course, you can leave comments, and so could they, on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and tag some of your friends in the post. So if you want to say, hey, something about guns or something about something else, tag a friend. All right. By the way, if you're listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about the politics behind the stock market. Let's talk about today. So it's a never-ending mess of day after day of the market tanking. It's actually kind of depressing if you want to know the truth. When my stock tickers on my wall go green, it gives me a little bit of excitement. I mean, even if I don't even own the stocks that are on my wall, because I have several that I track that I don't even own. But when everything's red, it just sucks. I mean, it's terrible, right? You know, we do have some earnings today that might tip the market upward, but if they come in bad, they have a high likelihood that the guidance is bad also. So we also have, of course, we have JP Morgan Chase, which the earnings came in already, and they said that they're down 28% in profit. 28% already down in profit because of bad loans. And of course, we have Morgan Stanley coming in. I don't know what Morgan Stanley's earnings are like so far. They may have come in already. I don't know, but already Chase is down, and that's kind of what brought the market down. I also got to tell you, maybe we'll get lucky, and maybe we'll get an early Christmas present and some earnings this week, but I don't know. It's going to be ugly. I still say the top of the market is going to be about 30,000, and the Dow has about 700 points to go down to get there. My prediction for this year is the market will range between 28,000 and 30,000, as I've said before, and then it's going to move to a lower range in about 12 months of 26,000 to 28,000. And it's going to stay there for a while. I got to tell you something. I can't wait, because then the market will actually be more predictable, because it's really unpredictable for me now. It's very difficult for me. All right, so let's take a look real quick and see how bad it is at the moment. It's moving up slightly, but whatever. The Dow is still down 432. The S&P is down 50, and the NASDAQ is down 82. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a negative 800-point day today. So watch it. Hold on tight, white knuckle it, but it's going to be ugly because the earning report's already coming in bad. All right, let's talk about crypto. Of course, we talked about the whole story on crypto before. Bitcoin is still hovering below the 20,000 mark, and it's now about 19,700. I was actually surprised it was green after the market's being tanked, but it was just a little green. Ethereum is also right at the edge of 1,100. Both of these are, like I said, they're green pre-market, which surprises me. And it still surprises me, but I'm going to tell you they're all going to go down. You want to know what really is making me nuts? I'll tell you, this is making me nuts. Gold and silver. They're starting to remind me of crypto, how poorly they're performing. Silver is now below 19, and gold is starting to descend below 1,700. I don't know. It might be time to buy gold. The Treasury bond is hovering in the 3% range and not moving much. Oil actually is falling rapidly, is now about $94 a barrel. The average gas price moved down to $4.60 a gallon. Yay! Let's go, Brandon. Hey, I want to thank you all for listening on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. I want to thank you for your continued support, and if you're enjoying the show, please reach out and let us know. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I'm also the CEO of Investor Schooling. Hey, remember, you can also contact me directly at contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. And you can reach out. Let me know what you think about the show. Let me know what you think about me. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter. Find me on LinkedIn. And make it a profitable day.